Welcome to the show. I have something to say. We were just chatting and chatting and chatting and almost missed the show. So I am so excited because one of my favorite persons in the world is on my show, Casey Renee Roberts. And her parents, Tim and Patricia, I consider them family. So without further ado, I'm going to bring them on the show. Hi.
Hi. Good morning.
Good morning to you. And I'm not going to pop up all the guests, but a lot of people is joining in. Good morning, Chandra. Good morning, Bo. And today, it's part two. So, Casey, did you realize that over 1,000 views were watched of this segment last week?
Nope.
It was. You're a star. And, well, I already knew that. Salute says hello. Salute, Celinda.
Hello. I saw Emily on there. Hi, Emily.
Yes. Emily, I think you know her, huh?
Yeah, we know her.
Bonus moms watching. Deborah Mosley Lang. Oh. That's good. Paul Quillen is watching. So many people tuning in. So,
yay, thank you.
Laura Messner is tuning in. Imagine that.
We love her.
You do? I do too.
Yes, she's easy to read.
Exactly. So, Patricia, you didn't get emotional at all last week. So I'm going to give you another chance.
Okay.
So, how long were you, Casey, was in the hospital before you got to bring her on?
Well, I had last week I told you how on the 4th of March that after they did that one test, she was just off, and come to find out she had another stroke. Right. Well, when she was in that period where I just kept saying something's wrong, it never occurred to me that she had another stroke. Never crossed my mind. She just had one. So it never crossed my mind that she had another stroke. And she did. And she almost didn't survive.
Wow.
We were in critical care, intensive care, from March the 5th until March the 17th. And then on March the 17th, we were put into what they call the step-down unit. And we were there until they got her a bed at Spain Rehab. And luckily, it was like the next day. So we were only in that step-down unit for one day. And we just wanted to get to Spain. Subconsciously, that was our goal when we found out about her initial stroke. Get to rehab, get to Spain. And so we did. And when we got to Spain Rehab, I think that's when everything hit me that nothing's really changed. We're here now. And the worst part of it was her evaluation from UAB Maine had followed her to Spain Rehab. And it was a very grim evaluation, and understandably, the medical professionals did not see her making or surviving this ordeal.
You know what I believe? The medical profession has so many things that they have to say.
Absolutely.
They have to state the worst case scenario to protect themselves.
Absolutely.
But what's never been designed, no test designed to test the heart of a girl like Casey.
Absolutely.
And the mindset of a girl like Casey. And the parents of a girl like Casey. And I'm telling you, there no other test exists to measure the heart of a man or a woman of how much they want to thrive and survive.
Yes. Well, when we get to, and you were so right. So we get to UAB Spain, and she was so weak. I remember them sitting her on the side of the bed, and she wasn't even able to hold herself up. And then we had an issue. And I do want to say this, you know, going back to our experience at UAB Maine, I tried to be very respectful of everyone, even the doctor that dismissed my concerns, until I realized he was wrong. And it was a game changer for me. I said, I will never again be intimidated by a medical professional. I'm not a highly educated person, but I have something that a lot of people do not have these days. And that's common sense. I'm not going to have a highly educated person intimidate me ever again based on my child and what I know as a mother. And so we get to Spain, and I'm carrying this baggage with me. And I have to admit, the staff at Spain Rehabilitation are literally saints on earth.
Really? What's best about them? What did you like about them?
They never gave up on her.
Wow.
Not one of them ever came to me and said, this is the best it's going to be. We're going to just get her through this and send her home. Now, at first, there was a little bit of a miscommunication on my part. I have to say this. She didn't have health insurance when this all happened.
Wow.
I wasn't aware that she didn't have health insurance. And is that not, so that's devastating. I had to call her best friend, Ashley, and I said, listen, honey, I don't even know anything about her health insurance. And Ashley said, well, she doesn't have any. But her husband did through his work, and the girls had health insurance through a program called Alabama All Kids through Blue Cross Blue Shield. And I'll have to be honest, when I found out that she didn't have health insurance and everyone else did, I thought I was going to lose my mind. But she has since explained to me why she didn't have health insurance. It was a lot like...
Can I interrupt one little second? Casey?
Yes.
We have 100 messages already of support for you. People from Athens, Greece, people from London, England, people from Australia, people from Canada, all over the United States are watching. So I just wanted you to know. And
wow.
Go ahead.
Well, the reason she didn't have health insurance is, you know, her husband had a very good job, but the health insurance was so expensive for a family that they just really, she sacrificed not having it. He had it through his job, and then the girls qualified for a program, and it was just a lot less expensive. So she wasn't thinking about herself having insurance, and that's why she didn't. It was just so expensive they could not afford it, even with his job and even through the company. But the company did provide him health insurance, and at that time I was really bothered by that. But that was then, and now I know since she explained it to me. You know, at that time, it just wasn't, I mean, it would have been nearly $1,200 a month for them to have health insurance through this company. So she didn't have health insurance. So that's another big, oh my gosh, what kind of a mother am I that I didn't know my child didn't have health insurance? But it just didn't come up. So we're at UAB Spain. Now, when we were at UAB Maine, I had 2 people to ask me about her health insurance, and that was it. I never heard anything else from anyone.
Wait, really?
Yes. Well, when we got to Spain, it was like 2 or 3 people came to ask about her health insurance. And I told Tim, I called my husband and I said, you know what? I think we're in trouble. I think because she doesn't have health insurance, they're going to give us the tools we need and they're going to put us out the door. So we need to get a game plan. And we did. Well, I was never more wrong about anything in my life. It wasn't that they were monitoring her because she didn't have health insurance. They were trying to help her get on a program through an underwriter at UAB.
Wow.
That would be more than happy to pay those medical bills. And
wow.
I wasn't aware of all that. I just thought, you know, you think the worst when you're in that situation.
God thing.
Absolutely, absolutely. So they were working on getting her on a program, and she did qualify for it because she, at that time, had temporary custody of her children because the separation had just happened. And but when she got sick and the children went with their dad, I reported to them that she no longer has her children. So that kicked her out of qualifying for one of those programs that I didn't know about. So anyway, she didn't have health insurance, but, you know, God works things out like you wouldn't believe.
Yes.
And she's just a miracle. But we had the best little physical therapist, occupational therapist, and speech therapist that God has put in the state of Alabama. These people are our lifelong friends. I love them. They love her. We were so blessed. I have read in the other stroke groups how, you know, these therapists will tell their patients, you've reached a plateau. You're not even, you know, gonna go any farther. They never said that to my daughter.
Good.
So we were in Spain rehab from March the 18th through April 11th. And April 11th, we came home in the middle of this COVID fiasco. Just this
wow.
mess. We couldn't find her any physical therapy. Well, she didn't have insurance. So, of course, when you're making cold calls to find a therapist, and things were different at that time. There was still a lot of animosity in the community on the other side and on our side. And I didn't trust anyone in Morgan County with my child. So we very, very good therapist.
Sorry, but yeah, I got it. I got it. Tom Broussard says there's no such thing as a plateau.
That's right, Tom. That's right. Well, we were, listen, another God thing right here. We found one of the best physical therapies in North Alabama. Now, not only have they been they are creating things for Casey to do.
Wow.
They'll never give up on her. And we love them. So every physical therapist, every speech therapist, every occupational therapist she has had, we absolutely love.
Good.
And they are a part of our family as well. We just don't meet a stranger. I mean, we can get along with anyone.
Imagine that.
But when you're good to my daughter, I love you with everything I have. And they were very, very good to my daughter and still are. So we were blessed there. A lot of people don't have that experience.
I got it. So when you got home, you started to search for physical therapy, occupational therapy. How did the speech therapy work in retrospect?
Here's how the speech therapy went. UAB Maine had recommended a therapist for Casey, and they paid for 5 sessions for her because she was doing so well when she was I'm at UAB Spain while she was there. So they paid for 5 sessions.
5 sessions, speech therapy.
Yes, in our home. They came to our home. And we, again, fell in love with that speech therapist, and she was so wonderful. But we were having to pay for this out of pocket because she didn't have insurance to cover speech therapy or physical therapy or anything like that. We just didn't have the insurance, but she had money that we used, that we were paying for all of this. And it goes fast when you're paying $85 twice a week.
I know.
Physical therapy, $65, which was a discount for occupational therapy, and then $65, $70 for speech therapist a week, and she needed it was every day. So we took a hit financially from all of this.
I'm sure,
but it has.
Carolyn said UAB Birmingham has developed an entire family of rehab therapies. The constraint-induced therapies, they are world renowned.
And I believe that. I believe that. Absolutely. Absolutely. They were just phenomenal with her. So, I go back to the financial aspect of it. It just took a big hit from all. Listen, the other day on Carolyn's show, Diane was speaking, and I do not know her personally, but that woman is my spirit animal.
Yes.
I love her. She said everything on point about the expenses of this, about all of these. Will call me if you need something. And we're not going to call you if we need something. Just do it. Just do something. And I felt so bad for her that she had to shovel snow.
I know.
To the hospital. And,
I know.
But she was on it, and it is a big financial.
Strong woman.
She is. I love her. I don't know her, but I am in love with that woman. I love her. The whole time we were watching the show, I was telling my husband, I was like, oh my gosh, she said everything I wanted to say. I just love her. But she made a lot of valid points as far as the expense and everything. But we don't care. I would have sold my kidney if I'd had.
Yeah.
I would have offered my part of my liver, but they might not want that. But my kidneys are good, so I'll do whatever I have to do.
Little too much wine.
Maybe back in the day when I partied, I don't know. I didn't want to go.
You're so funny. So tell me how you found out about me and how this all started.
Here's how we found you. While we were at UAB, of course, I'm immediately researching as much as I can about aphasia, apraxia, stroke recovery. I just was looking everywhere. And on the Facebook groups about aphasia or stroke recovery, this very nice looking, encouraging, energetic man, Paul Cummings, was there. Well, I go to another group. Well, there's that guy again, Paul Cummings. So I go to another group, and there's Paul Cummings again. And I'm like, well, all right. So I was silently watching all of this with you and the several groups, Jerry and Salute. I'm watching all of you. And I remember I would listen to your morning show every day. Because it was encouraging.
Thank you.
I needed that encouragement.
Did Casey listen?
No, I was just doing my thing. She didn't know about you yet.
Yes.
But I was just listening to your encouragement. And how we struck up our friendship was, well, you know, I know you're a good old Southern boy. You
Love LSU Tigers.
Hey, well, you're also a good cook.
I am.
You were smoking a brisket.
I was.
And that same day, it was the Alabama game.
It
We
was.
were smoking a brisket. And I just thought it was ironic. So I messaged you and I was like, and I had spoken with you via the threads on some of the stroke groups. And I messaged you and I said, we're smoking a brisket too. And I sent you a picture or something. And you said, is it beef or pork? And I went, beef. And that's kind of how we started talking. And you were everywhere, but you were a positive energy. You were a faithful man. I could tell you were a man of faith. And it just happened. It was a God thing.
It was.
When I started watching you, I would cast it on our TV and he started watching it. And so it just happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roll Tide family here. Listen. I play a game with Casey every time I speak. And I tried to get her to say, go. And she said, Tigers. And she said, We have fun. So tell me, you know, I'm not a speech therapist at all.
And
I'm not.
You were talking about something one day, and I messaged you, and I was like, hey, do you think you could help my Casey?
What did I say?
You said
absolutely.
Absolutely. And you've been very, very gracious to her and our family. And you just helped us in more ways than a lot of people will ever know. But the speech, and
I love that girl.
I know you do, and we appreciate that.
Thank you.
She loves you. And so when you started working with her, it gave her, remember how a different kind of hope, that when you say hope is on the way, that's a real thing. We noticed on Tuesdays and Thursdays, she was up and getting herself ready, getting things going. She was excited. There was an excitement that she hadn't had before. Then when you started doing speech, your speech with her, the type of speech that you teach that actually caters to her needs, we saw a change in her immediately.
You know, I want to bring Tim in here because he's my go-to guy when it comes to practice. But I would be remiss if I didn't say this. Cox Automotive in V Auto paid for me to work with Casey, and they made it possible to funded the entire year, twice a week, for me to work with him. All that I did was send them that video of Casey and I working together that Laura did. The guy called me up and he said, where did I sign up? And I want to help her.
Absolutely.
So
we love those folks. We love them, and we're grateful for them because I don't know. I mean, I don't know I'm sure they're out there, but I just don't know a lot of people that can just keep going out of pocket for these things, you know, these therapies and all. We're doing the best we can. But now I have to say that she did get approved for a program here in Alabama called Alabama Medicaid. Mm-hmm. And it's not, you know, it's been a blessing. They don't pay for any therapies except part of physical therapy. But we're thankful for that. I mean, that was, you know, $85 twice a week we were paying. So we appreciate the Medicaid, but they would never pay for her to have speech therapy, nor for a lot of her prescriptions or anything. But
we got this going on, yes. Me and Casey. We do.
That's right. And a blessing to her, and it's been a blessing to us to see how you have worked with her, helped her with her speech, but also the encouragement that you give her behind the scenes.
Well, I love her. She's so easy to love, and I love those 4 little girls too.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
So let me get to my working with Casey. You know, when I started, I knew that she was stuck between wanting to talk and believing she could talk. If you can get the mind right and you can have the proper mindset of encouragement and motivation, you can do anything. So I said, Casey, we're going to learn some bullets. And she looked at me like, bullets? I said, NP, 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 BHT. NP stands for what?
NP.
No problem. BHT. Be
happy.
To. I understand.
Understand.
So
I can barely hear you. Let me turn this up. Okay.
We started working that way. All of a sudden, I could tell she was really encouraged. She was getting excited. When we had our second lesson, Tim had worked with her, and I was shocked. She said all the phrases. And I said, maybe we need to teach her kids' names, her kids' ages, and maybe we could get to say, I love you, Eliana. I love you, Inslee. I love you, Alora. I love you. So I said, maybe that will work. Tell me about that day when you first said, I love you, Alora. I miss you, Alora.
Yes, happy. Yes.
And so tell me about working together and your relationship with my favorite Alabama fan, Tim, ever. My favorite Alabama fan ever. What's the process that you've been doing? I send massive homework, a lot of homework.
You do?
Yes.
Well, we go over it every day. But it's easy. She enjoys it. She's happy. She's ready. It's easy. She does all the work. I just imitate what you were doing, and it works fine. And
so how much time do you spend practicing?
Well, you know, when we first started, it was an hour a day, maybe an hour and a half, but it's down to minutes now. No more than 30 minutes a day now. But we go back to the beginning of what you sent from the beginning, and we do the whole, you know, every day. We do the whole deal until wherever you are, you know, that week. And then we just incorporate that extra into what we do daily.
I've noticed Casey is very focused, and she doesn't like getting something wrong.
No.
Well, she will practice it until she gets it. So.
Nope.
She doesn't like it at all. And we have had so much fun. We laugh every time we're together. Laughter is good for the soul.
Yes.
It is. And we have had some good things that we like. When she wanted to learn the prayer. You ready? Please bless Eliana.
Please bless Eliana.
Please bless Evie.
Please bless Inslee.
Evie.
Evie.
Please bless Alora.
Please bless Laura.
And please bless Inslee.
Please bless Inslee.
And keep them safe.
And keep them safe. Amen.
Amen. And I was just so proud of her. A lot changed when we had Dr. Carolyn Horn join us.
Yes.
And we talked and she analyzed. She is so smart.
He is a blessing to us too. We love you, Carolyn. Yes.
And
we should call her doctor. You deserve it.
She's so smart. But we had a lot of thoughts. So I just decided, based on Carolyn's advice, to write a grid square about interacting with her children.
Yes.
So, you ready?
Yes.
Focus. I love that smile. Good morning.
Good morning.
Rise and shine.
Rise and shine.
I love you.
I love you.
Breakfast is served.
Breakfast is served.
Come and get it.
Come and get it.
Pull up a chair.
Pull up a chair.
Would you like breakfast?
Breakfast.
Eggs and toast.
Eggs and toast.
Or pancakes and syrup.
Pancakes and syrup.
Biscuits and jelly.
Biscuits and jelly.
How about that? I can't believe you are so good, Casey. I'm just so proud. Excuse me. Go Tigers. Yes, yeah. One day, except when we play LSU, you can give me a little love,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You ready? I'm going to die. Okay. By the way, brush your teeth, Laura.
Brush your teeth, Aurora.
Inslee. Get ready for bed.
Get ready for bed.
Have a nice day, Evie.
Have it night. Oh.
Have
a nice day.
Nice day. Good. Do your homework.
Do your homework.
Tell me. Did you have fun?
You have fun?
Brush your hair.
Brush your hair.
Tie your shoes.
Tie your shoe.
Hey, kids.
Kids.
Hey.
Hey, kids.
See you after school.
After school.
See you.
See you after school.
Let's go play outside.
Let's go play outside.
You know, so tell me about when you realized that Casey was interacting with her children. That was a big moment for us all. So tell me about that.
Well, she was able to.
It was a weekend.
Yeah, we had the girls, and it was a weekend, and we were cooking breakfast, and she was telling them breakfast is served.
Wow.
We said, we've heard that before. And clean up your dishes. Oh, we've heard that before. And then clean your room. Like, oh, okay. So we knew then that you were on the right track, because it's the daily stuff and her interaction with her children that she's now able to have that she didn't have before.
Yes.
So it's working well for her.
You know, I think she is so excited about interacting with her kids.
Yes.
And she wants to, and she is a great mom.
And Paul, we had them, and she was getting them ready for breakfast and everything. That same evening, we were all in the dining room because, you know, we have a crew, and we were in the dining room. The girls were at the kitchen table.
No way, you have a crew.
She was in the dining room with us, and Laura had gotten up, and Casey just looked at her and said, "Laura, sit down, eat your dinner." And I mean, there was not a dry eye in the house, but this method is helping her be able to interact with her girls. And Tim said that they work on it like 30 minutes a day now, but it's like twice a day, and he works with her diligently.
I know.
You know, I have my part as her mama, what I do to help her, but this speech that you and Tim and Casey, or this method you guys have got going on, it's remarkable. And she is saying, I don't know how many new words, Paul. I know that
we got about 600
yes.
down pat.
Yes. Well, I do know that when we came home on April the 11th, she was still saying on her own. Now she could say, if you prompted her, she could say certain words. But on her own, there were 2 words, me and Emmy. 2 words. And it was that way for quite some time.
Wow.
Look at her.
Hey, Casey, yes. You can be happy and you can smile. I know it's emotional because it's emotional for me, but you have done so well. Yes. And Carolyn said that's actually what I hoped for would happen with those phrases.
Good job, Carolyn. Thank you.
And she's a godsend. Another godsend came your way and came my way. And so the first thing that if you remember the first thing that I sent phrases to you, Tim and Casey, yes. You practice and practice. We got it down for 14 minutes and some odd seconds. Yes. Before we got off the Zoom call, we had reduced it from 14 minutes down to 2 minutes and 34 seconds.
That's right. That's right. Good job.
Oh. And she just did the work. So tell me about that transformational process. How did you feel?
Me or her?
Yeah. How did you feel?
Well, you know, when we first started, of course, you think you're doing it wrong. She was trying so hard to do it, and it just wasn't working. And you know, you're thinking, oh gosh. And then, but then when you see it and you see her start to improve, and you see the excitement, and you see her picking up speed, and then you know it's going to be okay. I mean, I knew after the first time that we went through the whole list, and then the second time we knocked 3 minutes off her.
I know.
The second time she did it, you're onto something. I mean,
Yes.
you knew then this is going to work. And you could see, if you leave, I'm very bad about answering for her. And if I slow down and let her do it, even if it takes her just a little while, well, the next time it doesn't take her just a little while. It's, you know, faster and faster and faster. So when I just let her do the work, then everything's fine.
You know, it's, you know, you just want to help. I understand that. Laura wants to help me all the time. She'll fill in a blank, but we're learning together.
Yes.
And all I have to say is, in Laura's case, is you're right, dear, and move on. Anyway, but I'm telling you, this is amazing. So can you say this with me? Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Excuse me.
Excuse me.
Of course.
Of course.
Sit down, please.
Sit down, please.
What's the problem?
What the problem?
Clean your room.
Clean your room.
Clean the dishes.
Clean your dishes.
Go outside and play.
Go outside and play.
You know, I'm just so proud of you, Casey. So
Thank you.
when we work together, one of the things that I wanted to compliment you on, you show up early every time. And you show up with a smile on your face, the most beautiful smile I've ever seen in my life.
Aw.
No, I'm telling you, just like
Thank you.
radiating, like it's a God thing. I believe that God save you for something great because He has plans for you.
Yes, He does.
Big plans for you. And I believe that to be true. You're such an inspiration. When I first met you, I just wanted to give you a gift. That gift was, I love you and I miss you to your kids.
That's right.
So we worked on that for 2 days. And if you don't mind, can you say, I love you, Alora?
I love you, Alora.
I miss you, Inslee.
I miss you, Inslee.
Smile, because it's okay. Go Tigers.
No.
I thought I had you. You say, roll, tide, roll.
Roll, Tide, roll.
So what's been the biggest shift for you, Patricia, watching this thing occur with me and her and doing this work? And it's just so fun to do.
It's just, all I can say is I've seen it unfold right before me. I've seen the change in her. How the hardest part in all of this is her girls.
Sure.
She misses those little girls greatly. She misses being the mother. You couldn't have asked for a better mother. I don't care. This was the best mommy that those girls could have ever had or will ever have. But that's been the hardest part for her. And as her mother, I just want to make everything right. I want to do whatever I have to do to make her happy, to keep her calm. But along with that, I have to take care of her. And she still requires a little bit of help. You know, there's still things we have to do. But
that's okay.
The hardest part was her not being able to communicate with her girls. And she can now a lot better, and it's just improving and improving. And then the aspect of aphasia, period. You know, a lot of people think that because she had aphasia, she couldn't communicate. She was and dumb.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh, some of these people, I
know. We talked about that this morning.
And she's there. She knows because she has aphasia and because she's lost some of her language does not mean she's lost any of her intellect. She has to communicate a different way. And I mean, there were some of them. Oh, she was in a coma, and people are, communicating for her, and they don't know what she's really saying. Oh, yes, we do. She can communicate anything.
Oh yeah.
Just like the insurance thing, just like appointments with things for her girls, just like schools just different things. She can communicate anything with us. What she wants for dinner, what she wants for lunch, anything. Now, we've tried to help her along the way, but she can communicate anything. She's not lost anything except part of her language. And that's one thing I want everyone to know. She is still Casey.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Her language is just a little different.
Well, I can tell you we've been working together how long? I can't remember when I didn't work with her.
November.
From November till February, we added 600 words.
Absolutely. 600
words that she can say, think of, repeat, interact with her kids.
Yes.
And it's going to get better and better and better because the file cabinet may be scattered all over the floor in her brain. We're going to pick it up, organize it, put it in the proper file, and she's going to say it over and over again till she gets it right, because she does every time. And I believe I said to you today before we started the show, if you can picture a year from now,
oh yes,
I can. Ooh. I can picture it. And Casey is so good at practicing, so enthusiastic about practicing for a Roll Tide fan. I just respect her so much. So, Casey, can you tell me, did you believe, a yes or no would be fine, did you believe that you could talk? Yeah. See? The power of a yes. 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 Did you believe that you would be able to interact with your kids again?
Did you believe you would be able to interact with the girls again before you started doing this speech? Did you believe you could interact with the girls? Yes. Yes.
I'm telling you, I could see that through the screen when we did our Zoom calls. It was just so true that she wanted it so bad.
Oh, yes. A mother's
so bad.
is for their children.
Exactly.
And
You
her
know,
be a mother to her children.
without my mom, I wouldn't be talking. She got me on to Tom Broussard, sent me a video. He inspired me to talk again. He's just a wonderful gentleman. And I'm telling you, a year from now, it will be so amazing and so good because you have the heart of a champion. You have the fire. You're a spitfire, by the way, Casey.
He is.
She is. She has the smile of like the princess and the warrior mentality. She's just going to do so well.
Absolutely. Thank you.
And Gary Wald says you're so determined.
Yes.
And
so Gary, so are you, my friend.
Well, she, by the way, Marina that was on the show has her 6-year anniversary of her stroke. And you had your anniversary yesterday, right?
Yes. Saturday.
Saturday. Tell me about that day. Where did you go? Where did you?
Oh, yes. Axes.
Oh, really?
Throwing axes. Yes. And then we had our family together, and she went to, where did you go eat that you had been wanting to eat for such a long time? Outback.
No way. Did you have fun? Did you have fun?
Yes. And then we played board games until 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh my God. We're a big board game family.
Oh, yes.
What did you play?
Well, we played, what's it called?
What's my meme?
What's my meme?
I've never played that.
Yes. And then relative insanity.
Played that.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah. I'm going through those cards, by the way. I had to be educated on a few things myself.
I got it. Well, you know, my daughter brought me years ago a book called The Urban Dictionary. You don't want to ever read that book with a 12-year-old daughter. No way.
My bonus son, Jason, told me that I needed to put the Urban Dictionary app on my phone because I didn't understand what some of those cards were about. And I was like, no, I'm good. I'm good.
I'm good.
I'll just ask you, and if it's real bad, we're throwing the card away.
Well, one of the things I'm most excited about in the next 2 weeks, guess what I'm going to get to do?
What?
Me? We're going to be in Chattanooga.
That's right. Yay! Woo!
And I am going to meet Casey. And I'm going to squeeze the skin off her. And I'm going to meet Patricia and Tim as well. And I hope, praying that I get to meet those 4 little girls as well.
Oh, yay.
And
so exciting.
you know, you mean a lot to me, Casey.
Oh, thank you.
No, you inspired me to be better than I am. You have a way about you that is so important. And I just want you to remember that you matter a lot.
Absolutely, she matters.
You matter a lot to a lot of people, and to your girls, to your family, to the community at large. Your story has yet to be told, but it's going to be told. This is just the start. I believe you're going to write a book.
Oh, we've been
going to write a book, and you're going to do great things in your life because God's had something special planned for you, and He didn't abandon you. That the devil was trying to get in your business.
Yes.
But the devil was unsuccessful. You're standing.
Absolutely.
Standing strong. Standing so much grace, so much humility, so much love, and you mean the world to so many people.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. So I just want you to know that this means a lot to me. Thank you for blessing me.
Well, thank you for blessing us. Right. Yes. We are just.
She wouldn't be where she is without you.
Yeah, we give you all the credit for that, Paul, and by the grace of God. But I do believe that God directed you into our path, like He has many other wonderful people. But you are a true blessing to our family. All of our family loves you. She is going to rise up.
Yes, she is. I can tell you that. Hey, Casey.
Yes.
I
can't wait to work with you tomorrow.
Yes, thank you.
So we're going to do some word phrases, and we're going to introduce you to a new grid that you can interact with your kids even more. So I'll send that to you in the morning. Okay. And you'll get it. And I just, I'm richly blessed by your presence in my life.
Oh, thank you.
Well, thank you. And I can't believe an hour has gone by. Look, so many comments. So Denise, Michelle, Jerry, Christy, Tom, Yvonne from Athens, Greece, Whitney Simmons, Kevin, so many comments. Yeah. So thank you.
A very good support system. I mean, true people that are supporting her, not just this fly by night. Hey, I'm here if you need. They have rolled their sleeves up and they're in for the long haul. And you're one of them.
Well, thank you very much. God is good.
Yes, He is. Yes, He
Christine is. Said that, and I just want to mention Tim before closing. Tim, to have that support and to have that love of practicing with your daughter, I'm telling you, you have been a godsend for me, because I know when I give her something to do that you're going to get it done, and Casey is going to practice, and I don't have to worry about it. And in fact, you like practicing with Casey.
Yes, I do.
You enjoy it, and it shows. And I just want to tell you thanks for all you're doing. It's
do anything for her, but you see how this is how she practices. She's happy. She's smiling. She's ready to go. You have to be excited about that, you know.
Yeah.
And now, Paul, she's the same way with her physical therapy.
Good.
Our physical therapists that we love, all of them, they see the joy that she brings working and they just love her. And I want to say this: her first physical therapist. It goes back to what Diane was saying last week. Her first physical therapist was very new. She had not been out of school very long. And then, COVID hit, so they couldn't go to the gym while we were in rehab. And this little girl that I have grown to love, Addison Powell, we love her. He did not give up on this girl. And I'm telling you, she, by the grace of God, is the reason Casey walked out of that rehab. And wow.
Well, you're so blessed, but you give credit where credit is due. And I believe that's a part of this story. And Casey?
Yes.
I believe what we're going to accomplish in the next year is going to be nothing short of remarkable. And I just want you to know that Casey likes practicing in goofy voices. Tell me.
Tell me.
Tell me.
Tell me.
Tell me.
Tell me.
Tell me. Tell me something good. Tell me.
Tell me
something
good.
Well, you have blessed all of our lives. So we have to say goodbye now. I could talk to you for forever, but we'll see you tomorrow. And she does a good Everest. Hey, Casey, can you do an Elvis impersonation? Elvis? She does a good Elvis impression.
Thank you very much.
Elvis has left the building. Oh, well, we'll leave it at that. Patricia, you have the last word. Thanks for sharing your emotions last week. No, it deeply touched me. So you have the last word for the Stafford family, and I'm going to let you.
Okay. Well, on behalf of our family, our extended family, her children, we thank everyone. We thank everyone in the stroke community that we are so blessed to be a part of. We thank everyone that has supported her on her page. We created a Casey's Journey of Stroke Recovery page. Yep, Casey Strong. And I just wish I could thank everyone enough that has truly supported her and loved her. And all of you are nothing short of a blessing to our family, all of you. And we thank you for allowing God to use you to bless us. But mostly, we thank you for the prayers. We believe that the prayers that were sent up on her behalf are why she's sitting right here. That's it. I've always told God on March the 8th, when I thought she wasn't going to make it, I told God, I didn't make any deals with God because God doesn't make deals. God is the deal. I know what his word said. And I told him, if you will bring her through this, I will only give you the praise and glory for it. And he did, and that's who we glorify, is him. He brought her through something that not many people thought she would survive. And
well, he did.
It brought us you. It brought us this wonderful community that, it's just, you just couldn't believe the things that you learned from these wonderful people that have been so good to us, so good to her. And we love you all.
Well, we love you, and don't hang up. I'm going to say goodbye. Next week, I don't know what I'm going to do to top this, but probably take the week off or visit with Casey.
Anytime.
I have been so blessed by your presence. So, as I always say, hope is on
the way.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Stay tuned.
All right.
Bye.